One, two, three.
Gilroy the Zeitgeist, Gilroy the Zeitgeist. Da 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 da. Gilroy the Zeitgeist. Whoa, didn't see you there. I'm Gil.
And I'm Rye.
And we're the Zeitgeist.
On today's episode, we're going to be talking about
Vision,
hearing,
touch,
smell,
taste,
and other senses.
Controlled by light entering the eye. Light enters the eye through transparent tissue known as the cornea. It then enters the pupil. The pupil opening changes size due to contractions of the iris, which control the amount of light entering. The light then is reflected off of the iris and is focused onto the fovea, which sends information to the retina. The retina has receptors that then send the information to the brain.
I'm going to explain to you nearsightedness and farsightedness. Nearsightedness is when I can see things up close in perfect vision, but far away, oh boy, I struggle.
Farsightedness is when I can see things far away, but I can't see things up close.
Color hue is how light or dark the color is, and then color saturation is how vivid or intense the color may appear.
This filter shows high saturation.
This filter shows low saturation.
The opponent process theory states that some photoreceptors are inhibited by colors, while others are stimulated by them. For example, red photoreceptors may be stimulated while green ones are inhibited, or the other way around, the green are stimulated while the red are inhibited. Photoreceptors are specialized nerves. They come in various types of cones with different types of sensitivities or wavelength receptors because color travels in waves.
Did you hear that? That sound is going to enter through the pinna, travel through your ear canal, and eventually hit your eardrum. Your eardrum is going to vibrate, causing the three bones, the hammer, the anvil, and the stirrup to vibrate. This vibration will also cause fluid in the cochlea to also vibrate. The vibration will continue to travel to the hairs located in the basilar membrane, where the auditory nerve will pick up the signal and send it to the brain.
The middle ear includes the eardrum, the hammer, the anvil, and the stirrup. The oval window attaches the middle ear to the inner ear. The inner ear includes the cochlea and the other things that send the information to the brain. Sound travels in waves. A wave has wavelength and amplitude. The frequency is determined by the wavelength. The shorter the wavelength, the higher the frequency. Pitch is also determined by frequency. A high frequency has a high pitch. Amplitude, or intensity and loudness, is determined by the height of the wave. The higher the wave, the higher the loudness, and the higher the amplitude.
In my ear, I think I have conduction hearing loss, but I don't really know, but the sound waves they can't travel to my cochlea. Katie, did you hear that?
What? Sorry, I sense your neural hearing loss, which means that I was born with a sort of deafness in my ear. It's biological. Unlike Angela's, which is just temporary.
How are you wearing short sleeves? I'm freezing.
I think it's so hot.
We just named two of the four skin senses, warmth and cold.
We did. Good job, Gil.
All right!
I'm sorry, but she just experienced pain and pressure, which are the other two senses.
Hello there. You know what, Ryan? That really hurt earlier.
I'm sorry, Gil. Did you know that pain is a sense that tells your body that something is wrong?
Really? You know, I heard that some people lack that ability and they die early in life because their body doesn't realize they've got serious injury.
Wow, that's a shame. Pain is influenced by biological makeup, psychological makeup, and social cultural aspects.
Your biological makeup controls the amount of endorphins your body makes.
Psychological aspects can actually influence your attention to pain.
And your socio-cultural aspects include others' empathy for you and if there are other people present because you react differently whenever there are other people around and you get hurt. If the spinal cord is blocked, pain may not be felt.
So, would mothers in labor receiving epidural, would that count as an example of a case control theory?
Great example, Rye.
are only 5 senses, but that is in fact a misconception. There are actually 4 other senses. There is the vestibular sense, which is the sense of balance controlled by the cerebellum. There is the kinesthetic sense, which is the sense of motions for body parts, so you know that your arms and legs are moving. There is the temperature sense, where you can decide how hot or cold something is, and there also is the time sense, where you know what time it is.
We gotta get to class. Did you get that?
If you are to smell a rose, airborne molecules of its fragrance must reach receptors at the top of your nose. Sniffing swirls air up to the receptors, enhancing the aroma. The receptor cells send messages to the brain's olfactory bulb and then onward to the temporal lobe's primary smell cortex, and to the parts of the limbic system involved in memory and emotion.
Between smell and memory called the olfactory memory, which refers to the recollection of odors. And within that memory, there is odor recognition and odor identification.
Olfactory memory was developed through evolution. It also provides the basic foundation of our communication.
This is a diagram of a taste bud. Taste buds are little flavor receptors. Each taste bud has a pore that absorbs food molecules. These food molecules are then sensed by 50 to 100 taste receptor cells. These taste receptor cells tell your brain if the food was sweet, salty, bitter, or sour. Contrary to popular belief, there are not 4 specific areas on your tongue to detect flavor. There are actually 5 flavor senses, and each area of the tongue can detect them equally. It is a physical act of tasting things. Our gustatory system helps discern the flavors between different foods so we can identify what we're eating. Look, gum!
Taste sensations are sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami, which is basically a fancy word for savory.
Called sensory interaction, which is the principle that other senses can influence other senses. Say, for example, taste and smell.
One, two, three.
Gilride the Zeitgeist, Gilride the Zeitgeist. Da 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 da. Gilride the Zeitgeist.
Sense? I mean,
Senses can affect the other senses.
I'm still recording.
Good.
Why?
I can see